We are live. The cat needs
Welcome,
to get into
everybody.
Spaces.
Welcome to the first ever INLEO AMA.
Indeed.
I'm going to get all these links out while Mitch jumps into the space.
Gotta get in the space.
Here. All right. The links are out. If you guys are looking for any of the links, find them in Discord. Maybe someone can help me out. Put them in the threadcast as well. And as soon as Mitch is in the space, I got a question for him.
Love it. I will be in the space in probably about 30 seconds.
Past Master says he hears voices and it's not the ones in his head that he normally hears.
Well, that's disappointing.
Peniel says he can't hear anything. Is that still the case? Drop another thread.
All right, let's get into Spaces.
We're live on all of the things. Thank you, Sunseeker. Dropping the links.
There we go. Start listening. All right, I believe I requested to join the space.
Sweet.
And then I think, yeah, I'm going to try and turn my AirPods on so my phone doesn't have sound. But then
I
I got
something out.
Okay, yeah, because hopefully they won't shut off then if I'm not having them in my ears.
Yeah, so what I figured out is to don't use the audio on Zoom because we can hear each other whether we're on the Threadcat on Zoom or
okay
Spaces.
I mean, how did you do that yesterday? Because like there's a delay.
I'm hearing many echoes.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me update my background here and then
switch your audio to X only.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Just talk through that
in a moment. Video, choose virtual background. There you go. That's what I made in 30 seconds. It's off. I didn't get it in the corner. Some bitch.
Unmute on the Spaces.
Yeah,
you can, because now I can't hear you.
All right,
I'm
so
audio only on the Spaces now. All right, sound on Spaces is good. Thank you, Tokenized Society.
Hold on,
good to know. Good to know.
Mute the thing and turn. All right, mic is on.
Oh, that's gonna echo.
You got me or no?
Yep, I got you.
All right, so yeah, I got there's just the sound going on Spaces. Zoom is muted.
One day we're gonna have this all ironed out.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good. There's only a small delay, like if you watch the video on Zoom, but we can still hear each other, so all good.
Yeah, and then YouTube should be, I guess, fine.
Yeah, I think YouTube should be fine. And then I know Eric is doing something new where he's recording the Threadcast, like a Twitch live stream chat. So that'll be fun to see in the recording.
Right on. And I don't even need Discord open anymore.
Society says you can hear both of us.
Well, so that's good. Well, it's a good thing I finally got some AirPods because
What are they? Are they
And
called Android pods?
I don't even know what they're called. They're called some no-name generic brand I found on Amazon on sale.
That's
It
funny.
worked. They don't stay in my ears very well though. I've tried all different sizes. Like they're fine for like regular stuff, but like when I'm wearing at the gym, I'm wearing them at the gym, they pop out all the time.
Oh, yeah, that
But that's probably
sucks.
because like, moving around and I don't know, probably some like grunting, clenching of teeth, who knows? But yes, I wonder if Morty's listening, because if he is, bro, I need a new background.
We need new backgrounds. Yeah,
I
we need
slapped this together.
INLEO. We need INLEO when soon shows.
I was just gonna grab a new logo and slap it up behind me like you did, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something different.
Sammy Hive is saying that there's an echo. Can anyone else hear an echo, or let me know. Let me know if you can hear an echo. We have many streams open right now. This is the most
Yeah, I'm
streamed we've ever done.
trying to think where the echo would come from, because like we
Yeah, I
have
don't think there is. I don't know.
like I have my computer muted. Obviously, I still have my mic on, so it goes through like YouTube. But then the only sound I have is coming from Spaces, but that's going into my ears.
Right.
And then I have my mic on for Spaces. So yeah, I don't know what else there is. Do you like you have your computer muted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm just coming through
We're
your
all good.
earbuds.
No echo. Road Stories. Tokenized Society says no. Sound is good on Spaces. On Spaces. Okay, so we're good on Spaces. Can someone check the YouTube live stream if you guys don't mind, and then let us know? Lukeel says no echo on their end. No echo from iFarm Girl. Bicoli says we're good. I think we're all good. We're all good.
All good, man.
Sweet. So now for my question. Let's get this show on the road.
Questions.
So this is the first I'm hearing of your opinion about the rebrand. I haven't heard, because when I shared the original rebrand with you, it was Roarly, and I shared it with you in Vegas. And I told
Yes.
everyone yesterday in the live stream, I was like, pretty much everyone I talked to hates the name Roarly, and you're one of those people that you were like,
hold on.
you
I
didn't
didn't
hate
hate
it, you
it.
didn't hate it, but you didn't like it.
I wasn't initially, yeah. Like, and you even said a lot of people, like, after like a couple of days, they came back and like, oh, you know what? It's not terrible. I initially was like, nah. Um, it did grow on me a little bit. I guess I looked at it from the perspective of like, you think about like Twitter and tweets. So it's like, all right, Roarly, and I guess you have roars, which is, I don't know, just feels awkward to say, but at least like you have something. As opposed to, I guess, with like INLEO, and you don't really need to have a term. You could just say, commented, like, I commented on INLEO as opposed to like I tweeted. But I'm sure like everyone else has already told you, if you don't know that it's INLEO and you look at it the first time, it looks like INLED.
Yeah, I guess that's a thing. Well, most people weren't saying that, but then once one person pointed it out, I feel like once you hear it or see it, you can't unsee it. So I did ping
I
the
agree.
designer. Yeah, I pinged the designer, and we're gonna make the O more rounded, and then maybe close it. So instead of it like, because right now it's open, and then it's.
I don't even know that you need to round it. I mean, I think you could probably just close it.
Yeah, we're gonna play with a couple options. So.
And at the same
So we
time,
can
like you
fix
said,
that.
once someone hears it like INLEO, like then you see it as INLEO,
Right.
But like to the naked eye that's never seen it before, yeah, it looks like INLED, which isn't the worst name either.
It
But
sounds
yes,
a
I
little
see.
too much like inbred, which I know Taskmaster's been playing around
Of
with a lot on threads.
course he
Yeah,
is.
tokenized society. Now you can't unsee the inlet. Yeah, once you hear it, you can't unsee it. So it's Luciel. Luciel. Sorry, my bad. I
You
got it
should
now.
probably, yeah. I mean, if you just close it off, I mean, listen, I get it. I'm looking at the lettering and like obviously I'm seeing Tesla.
You know, I didn't even
So
notice that. Someone else posted a thread and they posted a picture of the Tesla logo next to the INLEO logo. And I guess now it looks a lot like the Tesla lettering, which I didn't realize, but it's kind of cool. I like it. I don't mind it.
coincidence, maybe.
Addicted
There you go.
said
I
rebrand
fixed
to low Leo.
low Leo, high Leo, high low, high Leo, low Leo,
We'll start a game called High Low Leo.
right? Um, yeah, honestly, I think if you just close off that, oh, you'll be fine. And then people will see it as in Leo. I don't know. Because I mean, everything else is kind of squared off. So I don't know if you want to mess with the font too much. I think the font works. I think you
Yeah, I
just need
like
to
the
close
font.
off.
I think we'll just close the O or round the O, maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah. I mean, just closing it'll probably work. Or yeah, maybe if you just round the corners just a tiny bit. I
Yeah,
wouldn't go
Addicted said
nuts.
next rebrand Delio confirmed. Maybe we'll create a game show and call it Deal or No Delio.
There you go. Gotta zoom out a little bit here.
Sammy Hive
But
asking if Taskmaster works at Tesla. I don't think he does, but if he does, I want all the insider information.
I wish he did work at Tesla. Tesla's up
Uh,
today. You know what?
Kenachuk Wu. Kenachuk Wu. How do you say that name? Kenachuk
I don't know.
Wu.
I gotta get into the
The
freaking
live stream is
threadcast.
perfect on YouTube. Good, good.
Good, good, good. All right, where are we at?
Bitcoin flood. All you can see now is INLED. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like once someone tells you that, you can't unsee it. So it kind of sucks. So whoever was the first one to point that out, screw you.
Ah, I saw that. I mean, honestly, when I first saw it, that's what I thought. But then, like, I wasn't really online much yesterday. But I had glanced in general a couple times. I poked my head in, and I saw someone mention it, and I was like, "Yep, it's exactly what I saw."
We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. Taskmaster, leave all your wins for. I've seen a couple of wins. Leave all your wins till at least the second half of the show. Let us get a little warmed up for the When Soon show, and then you can ask all your wins.
Exactly.
Sammy Hive, it's not going to be redesigned again. It's just the O is just going to get more rounded and then closed. It's you're barely even going to notice the change. It'll be just a small change to the O, make it look less like a D.
That's funny.
We are swimming in lead, but in Leo we trust. I like it. I like it.
Yep. I'm just gonna abbreviate and I'm amused. Kema Konam says, I was thinking there wouldn't be bugs after the rebrand, but I'm still experiencing bugs. Yes, it was a rebrand, not a rebug. All the things are still
Yeah,
on the list.
if you get any bugs, make a thread and use the hashtag feedback, and then we can index and fix them. So we can only fix the bugs you guys find and tell us about. Tokenized Society, some people are wondering if the prize for suggesting the new name will still be handed out. Is it? So technically I should get the 500 HBD because I came up with the name. But I'm not going to give myself the money. So I do have a few ideas though, of what we can do. And, since, you guys did come up with some good ideas and we had a bunch of ideas from that post that we put on a list and we were considering them, but none of them really kind of like made the cut of what we wanted. So what I have been thinking though, is to allocate that 500 HBD that we were giving away for the logo and do some kind of like design competition where you can use the new INLEO logo and you can create some designs, maybe create some like back in the day when Leo Finance started, we had a lot of people create like post dividers and post footers and all sorts of other designs and GIFs and stuff like that. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing is we'll take that budget that we were going to use and we'll put it towards like some sort of community design competition around, you know, the logo and making some cool media kit material. I want to put together, we've got a media kit already from the designer with like, you know, the raw assets, but I want to put together like a community media kit as well with a lot more assets, obviously, that you guys can use in your posts and stuff. So planning to put that together soon, and then we can put up a competition and use that rebranding fund for that, because obviously, you know, the name didn't end up getting picked from the community. So and I was I don't know if Mitch knows this story, but I was telling the story yesterday about how I came up with the name. And then I looked through my old messages because I just wanted to confirm that I wasn't like making it up, because, you know, I didn't want to like lie to myself and lie to everyone else. But I was looking through my messages, and I think I'm right that I came up with the name when I was flying back from Vegas, actually. And I was just thinking about the name, and I talked to so many people about Roarly, and then, you know, on the flight home, I was just really thinking about it, and I was writing, you know, I was working on some aspects for the white paper for Leo, and working on the, you know, the broad vision of, you know, because Leo's vision has changed quite a lot. So I was working on the vision paper and just kind of thinking about the high level stuff. And then I was just kind of playing around with words, and, you know, I was like on Leo, at Leo, in Leo, and then in Leo kind of stuck out to me. And then I kept thinking about it for like 2 or 3 more days. And then on September 18th, I messaged it to a Nomad Soul. And I was like, what about INLEO.io? And then we kind of put it in the back pocket, and we kept working on Roarly, and we were working with the designers to get the logo done for Roarly. But then it kind of kept coming back. It was like, maybe INLEO is better than Roarly. And then the more we thought about INLEO, the more it kind of grew on us, that it's like, it's really simple, it's short, it's memorable, since it's just like 2 words that you already recognize, in and Leo. Obviously it keeps Leo in the name, which is nice. So, you know, over time, it just really kept growing on us. And actually the logo you see right now, so like this lion, and then also the text, was all made for Roarly. And then we literally just like a couple of days ago, when we finally just like, we were like, let's do it in Leo. It just feels better. We just literally changed the Roarly text to INLEO, and that's how you got the logo. So kind of a funny story about the rebrand, because we've been thinking about it for months and thinking of different names, and nothing really stuck out to us until INLEO. Nothing really felt right. But you know, INLEO over time just kind of really grew on us. And now I'm really happy with it. You know, once we got the mock-ups done with you know, the INLEO logo on the UI, and I started seeing all the color schemes and everything, it really popped to me. And it really spoke to me that this was the right name. So I'm very happy with the rebrand. And I've seen a lot of really positive feedback too.
Nice. Yeah, I think you touched on it earlier, and then oh my God, my brain just blanked on Bitcoin flood. You know, kind of agreed, design and merch would be an awesome way to use those funds from the rebrand contest, because like there really is a lot of creative designers in the community, and just on the Hive blockchain. So sure, some cool designs could be created for merch and for branding, and just for all the other things, you know, outside of just the logo itself.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've got an exciting announcement about merch, but obviously I was holding back until the rebrand was finalized, because, you know, I didn't want to release Leo Finance merch in the weeks before, you know, a rebrand. I saw Luciel say, fix the blank spaces that appear when viewing on images mobile. That's actually already been fixed. It's in labs. So if you go to the labs UI, it's already fixed there. Last night we pushed a bunch of bug fixes, including this one really annoying issue on mobile, where when you're like voting on stuff, it like opens previous threads just randomly. So we fixed that as well. So all those updates and bug fixes are already live on on labs, and we're going to push a couple more, and then we'll push all of it to production sometime this week.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't tried to go on labs yet to see if the emoji thing works.
Yeah, that is on the list. I don't know if it's already been fixed or if it's about to get fixed, but
Cool.
it is on the list.
That's all right. Instead of a laughy emoji, I just have to type LMAO. Standard response to most of tasks threads.
Soon.
So that's a good question, right? So we have INLEO, and when it was Leo Finance, we said threads. Obviously, Facebook created threads, and it looks like it's a complete fail so far because no one uses it. So now that we are rebranded with INLEO, are we still calling it threads? Are we still threading? Are we just going to call it commenting? Like, was that something that really hasn't even been kind of pondered?
It honestly, it hasn't really been pondered. The main name was what I really wanted to nail down ASAP. So, if we eventually come up with a better name than threading or threads, we definitely can replace the name. I think that's a relatively easy thing to change. Even Twitter changed it from tweets to posts. So now a tweet is a post, which I think is extremely confusing.
Interesting.
And we obviously can't adopt that. Yeah.
They went from Twitter to X, and now it's no tweets, it's posts. I mean, it makes sense. Well, it's kind of like what I said earlier with INLEO. It's just like, comment as opposed to like whatever thread. But
right.
I don't know. I mean, we could probably keep riding with threads. I mean, because why
I don't
not?
see why not.
I mean,
and I've seen there's a lot of Twitter and X clones that have been coming out, and we can talk later about this whole SocialFi thing, but I've noticed that a lot of them are using the word threads to indicate a tweet, or what it would be a tweet. So yeah, I mean, I agree with Uyabong. He said, I think threading stands out uniquely on its own. INLEO is the mother dApp that contains threads and other features. I think threads is still okay. I agree. I still think it's totally fine. Kanep Chu. I need like a phonetic pronunciation of your name. Threads sounds just fine. I agree. I think threads still sounds fine. And we were threads way before Facebook came out with threads, and way before all these other platforms started calling themselves threads and using the word threads. So, but if you go back in time, technically it was all these like forums and Reddit and Twitter that came up with the word threads. So,
public service announcement, and I don't even know if we can continue the Threadcast. Taskmaster has let us know that his VP is already nuked, and the Threadcast is pretty much completely going to obliterate it. So, I mean, I have no will to go on and comment and thread. It's over, Johnny. Put him in a body bag, sweep the leg, put the baby to bed.
Yeah. I'm biting my tongue with each attempt. Yep. Mr. Hive also likes threads.
Yeah, I think threads works.
Yeah. Fred says the bugs are getting sleepy. I agree. We've been crushing bugs. I mean, like, we're talking 25, 30 plus bug fixes a week. So we're crushing them. The UI is so much better than it used to be. But that being said, I think people will still complain about bugs. There's always going to be some level of bugs. The only way to get to a bug-free situation is where we are no longer releasing new features, which is pretty much never going to happen. At least not for the next several years. So we're always going to be releasing cutting edge features, and with that, you get bugs and you get new issues and things like that. So, when you look at really any tech company, startup, when you're releasing new stuff and you're working hard to create new things that don't previously exist, you're going to have bugs and you're going to have things that need to get dealt with. And that's the name of the game. So I think as long as we're making good progress on fixing bugs, that's my top priority. And obviously you guys have seen lately, you know, other than the rebrand and some other features, you know, the main priority right now has still been fixing bugs. We're still releasing new features, you know, slowly, but the top priority is still bug fixing. There's actually a few features we snuck in recently. So if you guys go to the settings page, you can actually change the theme color. We snuck this in with the rebrand. You can change from yellow to orange. So that's
Oh, yeah, look at
it's
that.
kind of fun to be able to change the themes, and we've got more themes planned. Other thing that we released is on the wallet page. Now there's Hive transaction history. So you know, we're still releasing new features, but we're doing the bug fixes as top priority.
Listen, I just find it amusing that somehow subliminally or whatever, the new INLEO orange is the same as the Scaredy Cat orange. So, I mean, I don't
Stole
know
it
how
from
that
you.
happened, but do I get any kind of affiliate fee off of that? Or
1 Leo per second.
oh, it's too funny. So I am fine with the black and orange because it feels very at home. I switched to the yellow. I don't like it. I'm staying orange. Well, especially as it doesn't change the logo as well on the top.
Yeah,
Right.
that is a thing that we're gonna add later, where it changes
Gotcha.
the logo as well.
I mean, that might look cool. I'm staying with the orange, even though it says red.
Personally, I like the orange, yeah, and it does say red, which needs to get fixed. The dev thought it was red, but it's definitely orange.
Listen, honestly, it
Um,
depends. I get into these arguments with people all the time in terms of like, I'm like, that's green. They're like, no, it's blue. I'm like, that's totally green. But everyone's vision might be a little bit different.
um, I see a few people, NK and some of these names. I'm sorry, I can't do. I'm seeing some feedback like on bugs and stuff. So if you guys are getting bugs, post a top level thread. So go to the homepage or wherever, make a thread and use hashtag feedback, include screenshots and, you know, ideally steps to reproduce the bug that you got. So like if you got a bug when you were, you know, posting a link or something, try to like include as many details as you can so that we can fix them. And then I'm seeing just to do some live bug fixing. This one that you're talking about where you get a error message when you click on your thread to get the link right after you reply, that's because it's not indexed on chain yet. So you know, the long-term fix for that is to create a whole system where we can show stuff that's not yet on the chain from the actual individual page. Right now we do it from the home. Like if you're in the threadcast and you make a thread right away, it'll show it immediately even though it's not on the chain yet. And that's just our UI creating what we call a fake thread, where it kind of shows you the thread before it's even on the chain on Hive. So yeah. Bitcoin flood. Is it too soon? It is too soon, sir. I said keep the ones to after halftime.
I feel like there's already been wins. I was trying to like ignore questions, but we got into it. I like it. Bitcoin Flood said, buy more Hive and Leo so you can get more votes up in here. Task. And then there's a gif of Kramer yelling, bye, bye, bye.
I see Sammy Hive continuing to put bugs into the threadcast. Please
Nice.
make top level threads and use hashtag feedback so that I can find them later, because I am not going to be able to find them in the threadcast.
Yes, hashtag feedback. In fact, I see feedback is 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th highest trending tag at the moment.
Post all the feedback. I want it to be the #1 trending. I want as much feedback as I can, because that is how we find the bugs.
100%. INLEO is #2. My diary is #1. Very
Yeah, I don't even
interesting.
know what that thread
Yeah,
is
I was gonna
about.
say, I was like, I have no idea what that is, but I'm not gonna say anything. I feel like I'm supposed to. Sports is up there too. Crypto, that makes sense. You know what?
A lot
Honestly,
more sports talk. I've noticed that.
that is my toxic trait. I forget to tag my threads. I obviously tag my posts, but my threads, 9 out of 10, I forget to put a tag. And it's a shame because I'd probably help the crypto one move up higher, because generally I'm touching on crypto, occasionally stocks, lately stocks. I've been on a stock kick lately again. I don't know why. I guess I've gotten bored waiting for the crypto bull market. There's really nothing to do outside of like dollar cost averaging to Bitcoin. I guess I could be looking for new projects to find the next 100xer in the next bull market, but that sounds like work.
Sounds like a lot
Who's
of
got
work.
who's got the ideas? Post your next favorite crypto project for the next bull market and tag the cat. I will show you much appreciation with 100% vote.
I don't think Sammy Hive is listening because he keeps posting feedback. Question, when do we expect the referral system to be active and rewards? So the referral system is active. If you onboard people through the link, it does work. The rewards dashboard for it is soon. It's coming soon. And we have our first soon of the show.
There we go. I don't even know where do I get said link?
Go to your settings page.
Okay, perfect. Man, the threads are just flying through. I can't even keep up. I'm trying to
Lucio, this
read.
is fixed. It's already been fixed on Labs. So go to Labs. And also for all of you guys that keep posting feedback, please do it in top level threads, not in the threadcast, because I can't find them when you post them in the threadcast.
Yes, go out of the threadcast and create a regular thread that has the hashtag feedback.
I saw Addicted and a few others ask when live threadcast module on the homepage to show you when new threadcasts are coming. That is coming soon. It's on the Dev 100 list. So coming soon.
Your second soon of the show.
Second soon. 1/3.
So to backtrack, obviously I missed the live launch party yesterday. I was away from my machine most of the day. I feel like some of this stuff we've been talking about probably was touched on, as far as even like the logo and all that stuff. What were the highlights of the launch party?
Yeah, I mean, I think the general highlights were everyone loves the rebrand. I saw a few people that we got the INLEO feedback that people thought about the O looking like a D. Other than that, pretty much all positive feedback. I think everyone loves the refresh of the UI. Everyone loves the color scheme, especially if you're on dark mode. Looks really nice.
Oh yeah, dark mode is default for me.
Yeah, it looks great on dark mode. So I was more of a light mode user before, but now I'm using dark mode a lot more ever since the rebrand. Other than that, I mean, we had like 100 people in the live X spaces.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty pop-in show. Had some good
It's a good amount of
questions.
people in spaces right now for this, and like it's like back-to-back days here.
We got like 70 people right now.
Yeah. And
Taskmaster asked, when will the Dev 100 list be released? Maybe soon. Who knows? Who knows?
Perpetually soon on that one.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the Dev 100 list is that it is constantly changing. So if I were to post it today, it would be different tomorrow. So just because of the nature of how fast we fix stuff and then
well,
change
I think it also
priorities, but
even with that said, I think it's more so tasks probably just would like to see everything that's on the list, even if it is constantly changing and some of those things will be gone the next day and there'll be new things added the next day. I think probably he's just curious to see all the things in the works. And then by doing that, he'll probably have suggestions, aka
Yeah,
feedback.
agreed.
So
Yeah.
not the worst thing. I like this as a more general question that we don't get to touch on more general questions all the time. Stevenson7 said, how do I see my delegations and who delegated to me?
I'm not sure
There's
if we
several
release
different
it
ways.
to, yeah, there are a lot of different ways. I'm seeing if we
I don't know if
release
there's
it
a
to
way. Is there a
the
way? Is there a way on what am I even calling this? I'm still looking at
INLEO,
leofinance.io, but
INLEO. And you can use
yeah,
INLEO.io.
is there
We
a way
just
to say
have
that in Leo or on Leo Dex? I think on Leo Dex, right?
I think my audio cut out for a second.
Gotcha.
I love when you get a phone call and you're on the X space
Yeah, it's fun.
and then
I know I got a
it
text
knocks you out
message.
of it.
I don't know if it messed me up at all.
I think you're good. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, so it's not live. So if you go to the wallet right now on INLEO, it is very bare bones. It is almost like just a placeholder UI for the wallet. We still have a huge wallet update that's coming, and you can kind of see we've started to roll stuff out slowly. So like on the Hive wallet in the last literally 24 hours, we rolled out the transaction history. But the transaction history itself doesn't have everything yet. So you can kind of see we're on like this very, this very like strict path of how we're doing things. So yeah, if you want to see your delegation stuff, it's not live on the INLEO UI yet. You can like do the basic actions. Like I said, it's pretty bare bones. So you can like power up, you can send Leo, you can, power down, you can delegate. If you want to see delegations and stuff, I would recommend either LeoDex or Tribal Dex or BSwap. BSwap is my go-to for most stuff these days.
Yeah, I mean, I know like even on Hive Engine, if you have delegated, you can click on undelegate and then it shows you who you're delegated to, but it doesn't show you who's delegated to you. I gotta start using tribal decks. I'm so old school. I use Leo decks, but like I had gotten into the habit of Hive Engine. Really need to start using tribal decks.
Yeah, I would even recommend BSwap for pretty much everything.
Yeah,
That's
I was
Gerber's
using BSwap
project.
for a while. Yeah, Gerber's. I was using that for a while. I think I haven't used it as much because I was like staking. I think I still have some stuff staked on there, earning the BXT token. Yeah, I'm like going for all the different wallet UI options right now.
Mr. Hive asks, can an AI feature be integrated like the one that's on Peak D? Yeah, we actually have it on the roadmap to add an AI integration both to the publishing UI and to the the long form reading experience. And it's most likely going to be behind the Leo Premium paywall. So there's going to be like extra premium features that you can get access to. That's actually going to get dropped pretty soon. And stuff like getting AI summaries will be accessible to orange checkmark people. So Leo Premium. That is a pretty big release that is on the verge. I'm excited for it. I feel like we might as well actually announce. I just made up my mind about that. Announce some of the way that that's going to work. So Leo Premium is going to be released soon, before the end of this month. And what it's going to allow is it's kind of similar to like what a lot of other platforms have started to do. So you'll be able to subscribe for a monthly fee and get an orange check mark. And then you'll also get access to extra features on the UI. So, one thing that we've been pretty clear about is that we don't want it to be like, it's not like pay to play. Like if you don't have the orange check mark, it's not going to like impact you negatively. But if you do have it, you just get extra features. So for example, like you rank higher in certain feeds, you will get access to themes. You'll obviously get the orange check mark next to your name. And like I was just saying, you can get access to AI features where like if you're reading an article and you want an AI summary so that you don't have to actually like fully read the article, you'll be able to click a button and get a summary, or click a button and get a translation, stuff like that. And the cool thing that we've been kind of talking about behind closed doors, and you know, I was talking to Taskmaster about this, is the subscriptions will be paid in HBD, and then that HBD is going to get split between Hive and Leo. So it's going to buy Hive, half of it will buy Hive, and half of it will buy Leo, and then it will pool it as Beehive and BeLeo to create, and then it'll burn the LP tokens. So it's going to create permanent liquidity every single month. So all the Leo premium will come in, and like I said, get split half and half, and buy Hive and buy Leo, and then create permanent liquidity will live in that pool forever. So I think it's going to be pretty crazy. And I see Bitcoin Flood asks, probably didn't hear me, but is it paid in Leo only, or Leo, Hive, and HBD? What will be done with the fees collected? So like I just said, it's only in HBD, and then 100% of the fees are split between buying Hive and buying Leo, and then creating permanent liquidity, and then burning the LP tokens. So, you know, we were thinking about a lot of different things that could be done with the funds from that. And then, you know, kind of thinking in the most long-term sense of what creates the most value for the ecosystem, it's permanent liquidity. So this creates monthly buy pressure for Leo and for Hive. It also creates, like I said, permanent liquidity where it gets LP'd and the LP tokens get burned, and then that means that it can never be withdrawn from the pool. So literally just a one-way street for liquidity to grow for Beehive -B Leo. And if you guys didn't notice, there's actually a new pool, and I saw Mr. Hive asked about the MTB. So there's 4 new pools, and one of them is Beehive -B Leo. So I know most people have probably missed those. So yeah, we'll be creating permanent liquidity. Tokenized society said could be a nice thing for Leo. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of loosely estimating that we can get, you know, 100 subs off the bat, and then we can use that as kind of like our hardcore user base that we grow, and then grow it, you know, 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 subscribers. But like, just run the math. If we get, let's just say we get 100 subscribers off the bat in month 1, with 100 subscribers, let's just say that it's $10 a month, just to use a figure. That would be $1,000 a month, 1,000 HBD per month that's collected. 500 HBD would buy Leo, 500 HBD would buy Hive every single month, and then pool it together to create $1,000 in the liquidity pool, and then burn those LP tokens so that it can't be withdrawn. And then scale that up. So now say that's with 100. Now say we got 1,000. So that's $10,000. So $5,000 HBD to buy Leo, 5,000 HBD to buy Hive, and then $10,000 gets added to the LP every single month and creates that permanent liquidity. So you'll literally just see the Beehive Leo liquidity. It's going to be like number only go up. So, you know, even if there's only 1 subscriber, the number just goes up in terms of liquidity. So in the long run, you know, if we imagine that we get to like 100K or $1 million in the Beehive -B Leo pool, it's going to have some pretty amazing impacts in terms of long-term liquidity trading, and liquidity for Hive as well. Like that's kind of what we're trying to do, is build up the Hive and HBD liquidity pools on decentralized exchanges, because right now Hive is so limited in terms of where it's listed on centralized exchanges. So
did you I don't know, you might have answered this. I was kind of multitasking when I was looking through all the different wallets and whatnot. Kennerchuck said, what will be the lasting duration of each subscription before renewal? So like, am I like essentially paying one time for my check mark and my additional features, or is it like an annual membership, or how's it work?
Yeah, so at least in phase one, it is not a recurring, like it's not an automated withdrawal. So since this is all on the blockchain, obviously, it is a manual thing that you'll have to do every month. So you'll have to re-up yourself every month. And then we may add an option where you can pay yearly so that you don't have to worry about it. If you are a long-term, like Taskmaster, I expect to pay yearly.
Or just have auto renew?
Well, yeah, well, auto renew is a different question for us because it's all on the chain. So we're not going to auto renew
True.
from your wallet. We can
Well,
technically speaking, but I don't know that from a blockchain point of view. I don't know that it's good practice.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I'm just more so thinking about end user experience. Because the bottom line is people don't enjoy having more work to do, so to speak. So, but I don't know, maybe like some kind of reminder at the end of each month or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
the UI will tell you.
there you go. And that's probably good enough. And at the end of the day, I mean, if people forget, they'll notice, oh, my check mark's gone, and then just yes, burning some tokens, nice idea, blah, blah, blah. I see a lot of people talking about that. Yes, burns and sinks. I'm all for that. Light them up.
Yeah, Taskmaster Hive does have recurrent payments. Like I said, it's technically feasible, but from more of a perspective point of view, questionable if it's a good thing to do.
Sammy
Bitcoin
said there
flood
should be a
would,
post. There should be a post about Leo Premium so that we can understand it fully. I'm sure there will be a detailed post from the Leo Finance account about that before it goes live.
yep, before that feature goes live, there'll be a very detailed post. And then also the UI will tell you what it is when you hit subscribe. Bitcoin Flood said, would having a staked amount of Leo hold premium or unlock features that are the same outside of premium or to be determined? So Leo Power is a different discussion in terms of feature sets and rewards, especially with the LeoAds stuff. So it is separate from Leo Premium. Leo Premium is a totally different model. It's a nice way to collect HBD, convert it to Hive, and convert it to Leo and create permanent liquidity. And then also allow you guys to get access to these like premium type of features where you can have extra features on the UI, like you can get shown in feeds a little bit higher than everyone else. You can get different themes, stuff like that. Solomon, we already answered that. Yeah, there are recurring payments, but from a different point of view, recurring payments on a blockchain have their own set of issues. Dara, nice to see you. Have a good one. Have fun at work.
I assume, Mr. Hive, that it's still going to remain Leo Glossary and not change to INLEO Glossary.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone caught this, but how nice is it that we chose a name that has Leo in it? And this was a big thing for me. It wasn't a requirement, but it was something that I really wanted because, Leo Dex doesn't have to change. Leo Glossary doesn't have to change. All these things that are named Leo, they don't have to change. The token doesn't have to change. So we pulled off a pretty hard thing to do, which is to rebrand without having to change many things.
Yeah, no, it's honestly that creating that seamlessness is high on the barometer. So, I mean, in theory, even if like a quote unquote cooler name came up, it would have to be like just next level cool, cooler, because the pain of having to switch everything and then everyone get used to, new names and whatnot. So this was definitely seamless.
Itorobong says your threads disappear and nowhere to find. I don't think that's true. If you're looking for your threads in your profile page, which I did see that some people were looking for, make sure you hit the toggles correctly to see them. Leo token icon, is it going to change? Yes, it is going to change. For things like BSC scan, on other blockchains, it's going to take some time. For the Hive Engine one, it will change. It's actually really easy to change. So that one will change probably the next like day or two. When there's a rebrand, things happen slowly. Like even if you look at X, a lot of links on X are still twitter.com, and you still see a lot of different, Twitter logos and stuff throughout the UI. So with a rebrand of this magnitude, it's going to take several days for certain things to start kicking in and get changed. But yeah, it's a transitionary period. It's been 24 hours.
Indeed. Just getting started.
Nanzo asked about the NFTs. Also, they're still called Leo NFTs. They're not INLEO NFTs. So INLEO is the name of the platform, but we can still use Leo as the name for a lot of stuff. So we are still working on the back end for NFTs. Nifty is grinding away, and he's working with Gerber to create something really cool. So NFTs
snap.
soon.
Gerber in the mix.
He is in the mix, doing big things.
That's badass. That reminds me.
Bitcoin Flood says he'll be buying Leo Premium for sure, but cool features are always nice.
Indeed. I don't know why it popped in my head, but something reminded me. There's a keyword today. Can't forget about the keyword. It's provocative. It gets the people going. The keyword is, I think, rather obvious. I'm gonna call it the Captain Obvious keyword of the week for those that are looking for it, and it is rebranded. Rebranded is the keyword because that is what just happened. Leo Finance was rebranded to INLEO, not to be mistaken for INLED. So you heard it here, rebranded. And don't know that I'm typing that anywhere. So hopefully you're listening and you can understand the words coming out of my mouth.
Rebranded.
Maybe I'll throw it in a thread that'll get lost in the thread cast. Rebranded equals keyword.
Tasso just said my For You feed is going to be filled with a lot of these Threadcast comments. It probably will. That's the kind of the cool thing about the For You feed is it does pick up on a lot of the conversations that happen in the Threadcast. So the For You feed has been getting a lot better. We've been making a lot of improvements to it as well. Etoro Bond, can the details for the Leo Premium be more explained? The details will be, I just gave you most of the details, but there will be a lengthy post talking about it, and then the UI will also have a pretty nice description of how everything works. So you'll be able to see it when it's live. It's not live yet, so I was just teasing you guys with some of the key details. Bitcoin Flood. So what you're telling me is that Leo will be in D-City. LOL. Leo's already used in some stuff in D-City. I know that since the beginning. But no, Leo is going to have its own NFT protocol, but Gerber is helping us. He is consulting on the project. Instead of naming all INLEO things, it should just be things in Leo. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Sunseeker. Yeah, I mean, using the Leo, like saying, Leo Dex or Leo Glossary or Leo NFTs, that stuff all still applies. So definitely don't need to change everything to INLEO Glossary, INLEO Dex, INLEO NFTs. You know what I mean? Leo is still Leo.
Leave it as Leo, because technically all those things are in Leo. Ha ha.
Caleb said, threading has been a lifestyle to me, and all I post on threads are mostly nature updates, and I'm known for that. So please, let's work on the high data consumption so it can help me and other users post more on threads. I'm not sure what you mean.
I've seen that. There was someone else mentioned that about the, I guess the amount of megabytes that pictures use or something like that. So
Well, that's not up to the UI. That's up to your device. So if you're taking pictures on your phone and posting them, you know, your device has a certain size megapixel. The UI doesn't care about that. It doesn't change it. It doesn't do anything. So you can always change on your device. You can change the size of the image, for example, and then upload it.
Well, Anamad Soul made a thread. I said this in private, but now I'm making it public. We need cleaner threadcast. And he's shows an example that I don't know what I'm looking at. Sunseeker yelled at me because I broke the rules and posted the keyword in the threadcast. Yes, the cat is a rule breaker, apparently. Now I know. Bad cat. I will do better next time.
Mr. Hive, are premium users of INLEO going to have a more verse advantage to the access of features than those that aren't? The advantages of being a premium user is that you're going to have a check mark next to your name, which will kind of separate you from the rest of the pack. I assume that's going to lead to more upvotes. Obviously, people in the Leo community, people that hold the Leo token will know that every month you're paying for that subscription, which is ultimately driving buyback pressure and value into Leo. So will that lead to Leo Power holders wanting to upvote you more? I don't know, but probably is what I would guess. Outside of that, it's mostly just aesthetic things and, you know, access to extra features. So like everything you guys do on the UI right now is basically what you'll be able to do if you don't have premium, but there's going to be a whole new set of features that get added, like themes and AI tools and stuff like that, that will only be accessible if you're a Leo premium user. So it's not a requirement. It's very far from a requirement. It's not it's not nearly as strict as something like X Premium, where like, for example, like on X Premium, if you don't have premium on X, you're basically getting very little to no reach. They're very detrimental to people that don't have X Premium. Leo Premium is not going to work like that. So it's going to be a lot different. It's not going to be so detrimental to people that don't have it, but it is going to have a very slight boost to people that do have it. And then we also have, and the reason why we don't need to have as big of a boost is because one, we don't have a huge bot problem, which X has.
Oh,
and then two,
can anyone else
we
not
have
hear
the whole
Cal, or
Leo
is it just
Power
me?
ecosystem, which, you know, with the way that Leo Power works, like I was saying, people
Nope,
who
I don't
have
hear
Leo
Cal.
Power know that when you're a subscriber, you're contributing HBD to the buyback pressure of Leo. And ultimately that is good for Leo and good for them as a Leo Power
Am I
holders.
talking over Cal?
It will have huge benefits.
I can't hear
Mitch,
him.
I can't hear you. I think and I don't see your mic moving in the space. So you might have to drop out and then drop back in. Security Cat Guide said rebranded is the keyword, and don't forget to vote the cat. Very true, very true. Mitch dropped out, and then I'm going to get him back in as soon as he's back.
I can't hear
Tokenized
you.
Society, is it time for the wens yet? Yeah, hit me with your wens. I will give you the soons. I will give you the soons. Nomad Soul, I have seen your mock-up. I have a mock-up also of better design for threadcasts in this universe. I don't want to change the UI too much though. But I do have a few ideas. Taskmaster said, people try not to overthink all of this. Leo is rather simple. All of this is just a part of a much larger process. Very true. I think when we start to talk about too many futuristic things, people do tend to get kind of jumbled up. But you got to remember that there's a very key roadmap that we're following in the process of doing all of this. Still waiting on Mitch. What else we got here? I will get the premium Fastilua. I'm gonna call you Fastio. Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna get the premium. I'm kind of lowballing at 100 subscribers in month one, and then we'll grow from there. Which is obviously going to be some really nice buyback pressure on Leo and for Hive. So pretty excited. You can hear Mitch on YouTube. Yeah, I think he's working on the Zoom, but he's not working on the X space. And since my headphones are in the X space, I can't hear him. A Nomad Soul cleaner Threadcast will give bigger vibes of a chat room. Yeah, I agree. I think there are some things we can do to squeeze the Threadcast comments a little bit and make them look better. So we will get there. A rebrand is a lot more than a name change and different color scheme. Yeah, I mean, just the UI alone, I think it gets understated that to change the UI was like several hours worth of work. To change all the color schemes, to change the logos in different positions, and a lot of back end stuff that gets changed in terms of naming. So things might look simple on the surface, but a lot of times if you dig a little deeper, it gets more involved. Caleb, yeah, I mean, if you're taking high quality pictures and uploading them, it's going to naturally take a lot longer to upload them. But that is that's how it goes. All will be possible with INLEO Premium. Very true. Leo Premium will give you a lot more features. Bitcoin Flood and a few others are asking when LeoAds, and I did promise an update in this AMA. So time for your LeoAds update. Mitch, are you no luck on the spaces? All right, I'm gonna switch to Zoom audio so I can at least hear you, but then people won't be able to hear you in the spaces. Speaker. All right, I can hear you in the Zoom now, maybe. Yeah, now I should be able to hear you in the Zoom. All right. When LeoAds. All right, let's talk about ads. So LeoAds, we've been working on the contract and we had the contract ready and then we were waiting on a few other things. Yes, Taskmaster, the contract is written, but then we decided to release a new contract because of the idea for evergreen long form rewards. So we had to make a huge change to the contract and then push those updates. So the contract is all done now, and then we were waiting for the rebrand. So obviously things kind of happen in stages. But now the contract is all ready, and Mitch is saying he exited the spaces but can't get back in. So the new contract allows for evergreen rewards, and essentially what that means is, and I've talked about it, is that as an author, every time you create a blog post, it'll get indexed in the evergreen contract. And then from there, you'll be able to earn rewards every single month based on the views on that evergreen content. So it just basically added a whole new layer to the the LeoAds protocol. But now we are all ready, and the official date to be released is November 1st. So on November 1st, the LeoAds contract goes live. Leo Power APY will go live, which means that the ad revenue from LeoAds will buy Leo, and then it creates the Leo Power APY, and then you'll see your Leo Power increase basically a little bit each day. It'll be very similar to how high power kind of like increases a little bit. The difference is power increases because of inflation. The Leo Power increase will be from buybacks. So and ad partners buy. Essentially, the way it works is ad partners send in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stable coins into the smart contract, and then the smart contract buys Leo, and then it puts it into the LeoAds pool, and then from the LeoAds pool, the Leo Power APY is released to Leo Power holders. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, November 1st is the date. That's when everything will get flipped on. You'll also start to see the view counters on long form content. And then if you are generating, there's going to be a kind of a high threshold for views on long form content before you'll be able to earn. So that is how that's going to work. But yeah, LeoAds is going to change everything. I mean, it's going to completely change the tokenomic structure of Leo. We've been holding it back for a long time, to make changes and get other things in order. Obviously, then we kind of hit the last couple months where we wanted to get the rebrand done and get the marketing rolled out. So, but you guys have seen the progress in terms of the front end, in terms of adding, ad views and stuff like that. So we've been making progress. It's just a very complex release. Evergreen works for Threads content too. No, so the ad revenue that's earned from Threads goes to Leo Power APY. The ad revenue earned on long form is split between Leo Power APY and the author who created the content, but only after it gets to a certain threshold. So like if you're only getting like 100 views a month on an article, it's not going to count for Evergreen. There's going to be a threshold, and we'll release that on November 1st. We'll have all the details of how that works. But any content created previously will still get applied for like forward looking. So like if you've been making blog posts like Taskmaster for the past 2 years, on leofinance.io, and I don't know why I said 2 years, but years, just using an example. All those blog posts will get indexed into Evergreen, into the Evergreen protocol. So you can kind of see why it takes so much time. So we've been reading the blocks and indexing all the content, so that when it does go live, it'll count all the views across all of your articles that you've ever written. So even if you read an article today and release it, even though the LeoAds contract isn't going live till November 1st, it'll still count going forward. So I don't know how to get Mitch back into the spaces, but Mitch, are you talking on the Zoom at least? Or maybe your audio is not even connected to the Zoom. Mitch, we got to get you an iPhone. If you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe this is a good stopping point though. So I gave you guys what you wanted. I gave you the LeoAds announcement, November 1st. The total views will be counted every single month, Taskmaster, but it is cumulative. So it is looking at all of your, so basically imagine that you've got a whole database of your content, all your articles that you've ever written. So let's say it's 1,000 articles. Every month, the views across all 1,000 articles get accounted for. So it has to be over a certain threshold, but then the threshold, once you're after that threshold, then you'll get the LeoAds. And if you're under the threshold, it means that you're kind of like in the dust zone. So the rewards aren't high enough to warrant, airdropping them out. So then the rewards will just go to Leo Power APY. That's where it defaults. But then if you get over the threshold, then you get them. It's kind of like on X, they've got the 5 million impression threshold. Obviously the threshold is going to be a lot lower than that. But there you go. Cat has been scared out of the spaces. Yeah, something with his phone. I think it's Android. He's gonna hate me for saying that. I see him shaking his head. Mitch, unmute on the Zoom, because then at least I can still hear you, and then the recording.
Yeah, well, I just now I'm getting
hear you anyway.
feedback. That's why I was just listening to you.
Hello, Mitch.
But now people are gonna hear. Actually, I can put the other.
Check your
I can't
audio
get back in
input.
the
Probably switch to your headphones or something.
Spaces.
on
basically
Zoom.
won't
Click the
It
arrow on your
said
move
unable to
button.
fetch space. It just doesn't load. I was still in
Who
and it
else
showed
we
my mic
got?
live and
He
everything.
looks
So I don't know what
lonely.
happened. And then I was like, oh, let me just try and exit out and in.
Hope the threshold won't be too high. Yeah, it's not going to be too high. It's a lot lower than things like X, but it is, there still does need to be a threshold of some kind. Do blogs need to be posted from the INLEO.io UI to be eligible for ad revenue? I think it'd be nice to enforce that. Yes, they do need to be posted from the INLEO UI. So that's the other thing. If you're posting them from any other UI, it won't count. There's a couple different reasons for that, but the primary one is that if you don't post from the INLEO UI, then you don't get the canonical URL pointed to Leo. So then it doesn't have the impact that you want it to have.
Spinning circle.
It's just loading. Can you like
then
fully close the app and then reopen
I've done it like 3 times, and then it says unable to fetch space when it finally
Or check,
gives
Mitch,
up.
check your DM. I sent you a new link at your DM. I don't know if that will work better.
Okay, let me try that. See if this works.
I feel like that should work. The new link. I just sent it to you.
Yep. I'm waiting for it to load. Oh, crap. I think I know what is going on.
Why can't I hear him on Zoom?
You can't hear me on Zoom?
How can you hear him on YouTube, but I can't hear him?
Because YouTube is connected to the Zoom, I think.
All right. Well,
hold on. I think I may have figured this out.
Start using the INLEO UI. Yeah, tokenized society. Spread the word. If you use the INLEO UI, then you are eligible for evergreen rewards. The ad revenue is different from evergreen content. So the ad revenue, like I just said, on Threads, it's 100% to the Leo Power APY pool. The ad revenue on long form, though, gets split between the creator and the Leo Power APY pool, but only if that creator is over a certain threshold, then they get a percentage of the ad revenue direct, as opposed to the Leo Power APY pool.
That should be good.
We'll release all the specific percentages and details
yep,
when it goes live on November 1st. Crypto Geek, the cat is out of Leo. Bring in Leo, please. A lot of wordplay. I love it. Oh, here, Mitch is back in the add a speaker. Mitch may be back in the space. Let's see.
Did you green light me in the spaces?
Is he back? Is he back? It says loading on my end. Mitch can now speak.
I'm good in spaces.
There was an error adding Security Cat as a guest. What's going on with these androids?
Why does X hate me? Come on, Elon.
All I do is
go long Tesla.
We'll have to figure this out at some point. Maybe I'm gonna send Mitch an iPhone.
Yuck. I don't know, dude.
I can't hear you on Zoom either, which is very strange.
I don't know why
because I can hear everything else. Zoom. I don't get it. We'll just have to figure this out next time.
Well, we almost made it.
Society, the broadcast was packed with good news. Glad to hear it. Glad to give you some soons for your wins. Adding Mitch as a speaker. Now I think you're good, Mitch.
Do you hear me?
Mitch 1 2
yes,
3. Mitch
no.
1 2 3. Mitch 1 2 3. 3 2 1. 3 2 1. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming, Ken. I'm gonna call you Ken. I don't know if that's your name, but I'm abbreviating. Still can't hear Mitch, and now he's out of the thread cat or the X space. Well, should we just should we call it Mitch? Blink twice if we should call it. No blinks. None. Taskmaster, Leo Shorts is very complicated, but we'll have it done soon. It's just a lot more of every time we turn over a leaf, we find another monster to tackle. All right, Ken is perfect. Cool. All right, Mitch, let's just close it out. We got to do our maybe we'll do a space with Eric at some point and just try to work on like technical stuff, because he is the space master. I don't know how to fix this. Crypto Geek, vote the Threadcast, yeah, and vote the cat. Don't forget to vote the cat. Don't forget to vote the cat. Mitch, why does X hate me? I don't know. Yeah, John Timms, they got to use the INLEO front end for the evergreen rewards to kick in, because the INLEO UI needs to have the canonical URL. Otherwise, it doesn't count. So sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody. I think we had a good show. Don't forget that November 1st is your LeoAds release. So that is the soon for all of your LeoAds wins. I'm sure people are still going to ask on Threads. If you see them asking, point them to the recording for this live stream and let them watch. The keyword, just to reiterate, was rebranded, past tense. So vote the cat so he can afford an iPhone. That was a good one. Sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mitch. Hopefully you can hear me. It's a good show.